Today's webinar, SCADA-Aware Mobile, is being presented by Walter McRae and Bob Peterson of Recursion Software in partnership with InSource. InSource works with partners like Recursion to make manufacturers more productive and profitable. Our aim is to revitalize manufacturing in America. We provide solutions that integrate people, process, and technology. We help our clients sustain success through disciplined execution. Providing webinars is one way in simplifying success in industrial settings. Today, we welcome Walter McRae, Director of Sales for Recursion Software, and Bob Peterson, Senior Architect for Recursion Software. Recursion Software is a leader in distributed computing mobile agents, middleware, and mobile device computing with over 80 patents and applications. They apply their deep technical heritage to accelerate development and deployment of mission-critical mobile applications. And we'll be discussing one of those applications today, SCADA-Aware Mobile. At this time, I'd like to pass the microphone to Walter.
Thanks, Katie. I appreciate the introduction. Thanks, everyone, for joining us today. I'm going to move forward through the slide deck, and then towards the end, we'll show a demo as well. Yeah, so just a little presentation outline about Recursion. We'll talk about the partnership with InSource and Schneider Electric and our relationship there, the benefits of SCADA-Aware Mobile, mobile features of SCADA-Aware Mobile, a little bit on security and connectivity, and we can talk about that further later on. We'll do a little demo for you, and we'll open the floor to Q&As at the end. So Recursion was founded in 2001. Actually, some of our technologies dates back further than that. Recursion acquired some technologies and reformed the company Recursion in '91. Rich history of technical excellence. A lot of our work evolved around distributed peer-to-peer computing, C++ tools, middleware, and the main thing we're going to talk today is about our mobile device computing and our SCADA-Aware Mobile. As Katie mentioned, we have over 80 patents and or patent applications. So as you all may know, Schneider Electric acquired Invensys, I guess late last summer, early fall. InSource is a Wonderware Invensys partner, and Invensys is in the process of becoming and is a Schneider Electric company now. So we're glad to have InSource partnering with us mainly in the Southeast as a reseller, and a very technical aptitude on their end, and we're glad to have them as a partner. So I mentioned our product line. Today we're just going to focus on SCADA-Aware Mobile. But Voyager is our peer-to-peer distributed computing middleware that we've been selling for years. Just a quick note on that, that's actually the foundation of SCADA-Aware Mobile. We also have toolkits, and we do a lot on the consulting and development of mobile and distributed computing solutions. So we do a lot of professional services and do have a team available in that regard. A little brag slide. Fortune 500, Fortune 2000 customers. We've done a lot of work over the years in the enterprise space, mainly in the enterprise space. Actually, the SCADA-Aware Mobile product, a few years ago, one of our major oil and gas companies kind of consulted with us and was part of the foundation for implementing and developing SCADA-Aware Mobile. So what is SCADA-Aware Mobile? Real-time management of alarms, events with acknowledgement and escalation capabilities. We give you the data, you can automate the escalations and very easy acknowledgement of alarms in your SCADA environment. We feel, and we see it every day, that we exceed email, SMS, and pagers. With our SCADA-Aware Mobile, we give you real-time accountability of the alarms, and everybody on the team and everybody responsible for monitoring those, they see that in real time. We run on Android, iPhone, Blackberries, and PCs. Just going to go ahead and click these open. A lot of benefits to the solution. all of it about accountability, cost saving, cutting down on redundancy, real-time awareness of the events like I mentioned, fast response to the alarms, less production downtime, fewer trips to the event site, and that actually talks about redundancy. So people that are maybe responding to an alarm, everybody on the team that may be responsible, they know who's got the acknowledge the alarm and is taking care of the responsibility of that. So that's also a better utilization of personnel. We'll also talk about escalation, so saving people's time for when they maybe need to see an alarm. Product integrity on the customer's end. Not our product, but on the customer's end and what they're doing, whether it's manufacturing, oil and gas, what electricity, utilities, better product integrity on their end. We also have some back-end tools that give you some regulatory compliance, some audit logs, and we'll show some slides on that as well. There again, accountability, compliance, whether that's government regulated or internal compliance as well. And actually, I might as well mention safety concerns. Responding to the alarms in a timely manner absolutely can save lives as well. So we're going to show this later. Well, this is a screenshot of an iPhone, which I have it running on my iPhone right now. So this is actually when you're in SCADA-Aware Mobile, you see all associated alarms. You see the acknowledgement update when Pacey Lynn acknowledged the alarm, what the current value was, and at what time he did so. You see South Oil Tank LVL has not been acknowledged yet. The escalation in our solution gives you 0 to 3, so it gives you 4 escalations. And one reason that's important, maybe management doesn't want to see the first couple of escalations, but if it gets to 2 or 3, they may want to see the alarm then and make sure somebody is responding to that. And then you also see this production LVL is at level 2 now, and this slide shows the time to be 9:17. So you know what time at 9:20 a.m. it's going to escalate up to the next level 3. So this is your kind of tab-throughs of the main functionality and the view screens that you're going to see on your mobile device. On the left, the current state of the alarm. That's the details of that alarm. Related data, related alarms to that alarm that's maybe tied into it that can be affected by an issue going on. And then over time, the history of that alarm from when the alarm went off. We also give you 2 forms of data query. We give you a short-term data query over time of the alarm, or if you just want to check on a one-time query, a couple of clicks of your the alarm and you can get the current state, the current value. Easy one-button acknowledgement. So this is Pacey Lynn. He's got the BlackBerry. He acknowledges this alarm. He's going to take responsibility of it. Joe Smith immediately sees the acknowledgement, when it was acknowledged, and who acknowledged it. Just over time, this is just a screenshot of like 5 different people that are seeing the alarms at the same time. They're seeing the escalations. The previous recipients can also see the status and details of that alarm, all in real time. As we all know, Big Brother's always watching, or all our mobile devices now have GPS capabilities. We do have a feature, kind of call it geofencing. You can actually set parameters and metrics for who may get the alarm. For instance, I'm down in Texas. Maybe one of my field engineers is in Dallas. Maybe there's an alarm in Lubbock, Texas, out west Texas. Maybe another field engineer is out closer to that alarm. The field engineer in Dallas may not need to see it, since somebody else is going to see it that's more related to and closer to the event site. There again, a manager can monitor that as well. So we kind of call that geofencing. You can utilize that, and some of our customers do. Additional capabilities, you're always connected to the alarm, whether in different applications or to the mobile application. Another cool feature about SCADA-Aware Mobile is also that alarm can be triggered if your mobile device, maybe Joe runs over it with his truck, he drops it in the water, the battery goes out. That can tag an alarm back so management knows, and they can wonder why, and accountability, or why somebody is not available to receive alarms. It's non-intrusive. Well, it's transparency, switching between networks, carrier, Wi-Fi, non-intrusive implementation. We just transparent, sit on top of any commercial SCADA offering. This is just a desktop view, so I like to talk about the way the tool is licensed here, and it's a nice little feature. So it's a client access license, so everybody that's going to need to see alarms, they can see them concurrently on 2 devices. So say you've got an iPhone and you've got your desktop. You've been out in the field. You've been monitoring alarms on your iPhone. You walk into the office. There again, it also picks up on the Wi-Fi once you walk into the office. If you sit down at your desk, you can also be logged in. So there again, you've got more runway, so to speak, or more user space, and it's just a nice feature to have. This is a database editor. This is our product. This is where you set up all your tags, all your alarms, all your metrics, all the parameters for who's receiving alarms, the escalations. This is where you would set up GPS if you wanted to set that up. I mentioned this earlier, the audit log. Soup to nuts, accountability, compliance, auditing trails, our audit log. It comes with 6 reports that we've set up with the tool, but you can customize audit log reports as you wish. Security by default, easy, secure through a Windows Active Directory, read-only access to the SCADA system, encrypted communication among all components. That goes to our secure connectivity. This is just a generic screenshot of how it may reside in your environment, in the DMZ. Obviously, it can be customized around your particular environment, whether you need a proxy server, your event server. People outside the network that are calling in would need a proxy server. If you're within the DMZ, you can just go off of our event server. This may be a question that, when we raise the floor for Q&A, if you have any questions about connectivity in the network, feel free to ask. Now I'm going to let Bob just show a little demo of the tool.
This is the desktop tool that you saw a slide of earlier. This tool is, however, actually connected live to our demo server. The network diagram you saw a moment ago is the actual configuration of our demo server. We can see here, if I click on West Water Pump level, I can acknowledge that, confirm I'm going to acknowledge it, and it will come back, say, your request to acknowledge succeeded. And it's already updated the status of that alarm to acknowledged. The details down here, these 3 tabs down here are equivalent to the 3 tabs you saw from the client side. The detail shows the current alarm state. There's a small state model that we follow. The time the alarm was raised, in this case we didn't know when it was raised. The current escalation level, and what the next escalation level would be. Let me acknowledge a couple more. This one is return acknowledge, which means the value has returned to a non-alarm state. The way I'm configured here, I don't see tags that are in a normal state. So as soon as I acknowledge North Tank Level 1, it will disappear from my display. And it's already gone. Walter is also logged in, and he's going to pick one and acknowledge it right now. And we see very promptly the pop-up here on the right showed that I got an acknowledgement from his action. Pick one that's, try another one. That one was returned acknowledged, so it disappeared. That will work. This one will show the update on the screen here. Should show, these are the two that he acknowledged. The sorting of this upper display region sorts the ones that I acknowledge at the top, the ones other people acknowledged at the bottom, since they're of less importance, they're already being dealt with by somebody else, and pending alarms in the middle. This is a demo machine run by a script. Let me acknowledge a couple more and see if we can get some new alarms to show up. The related tags here, when you set up an alarm, a tag name, you can indicate what tags are related to that one. And when the alarm goes off, the SCADA-Aware Mobile server will retrieve the current value of the tag that entered alarm state and all the related tags. There we have a couple of related tags with values. Production PSI 1, the first one in the related tag list is always the alarm that went off. It was 51 PSI when it entered alarm state, and production level 1 was 2 feet when production PSI entered alarm state. The history graph shows you the history of the value of the tag that entered alarm state up to the point it entered the alarm state. So this can be used by folks out in the field to see how quickly the value changed as it approached and then hit the alarm value. That's pretty much what people would be using. All of the same information is available on the mobile devices as well as here on the desktop. History is an option. There are, by default, the install comes up accessing the SCADA system in a read-only manner. The only thing SCADA-Aware Mobile will write back, if you configure it that way, is the acknowledge itself. Nothing else. This is not a control system. And the gear up here is we can do the query. Production level 1, let's do a one-time query, and its current value is 2 feet. I can either dismiss this with an OK or ask it to update that again. If I'm tweaking something out in the field and I want to watch the change, I can do it this way in pretty much real time. I can also, as we mentioned, do a short-term query, which will add an additional tab here that will show the value, and it will update this value in a scrolling fashion every time the value changes. We call it a short-term query because this is present only as long as the tag is on your display. Normally, the SCADA-Aware Mobile server pushes updates out to the clients. The clients don't normally poll. There is a polling loop on the clients whose duration is configurable. That's so that the clients can reestablish the connection to the server if the client, for some reason, loses the connection. Maybe the wireless network went away. We have to do that because you can't make an outbound connection to a mobile device. The mobile device has to initiate the connection. I mentioned sort. There's two different sorts. The one you're seeing here is the one most people use. The other sort is simply by age, with the oldest alarm first. I've got acknowledge here as well as up there. There's some settings. In case somebody's having a problem with one of their clients, we can email the client log to a pre-configured address. We're more than happy to provide you with a copy of the SCADA-Aware Mobile client if you wish, and you can actually connect to this demonstration server and play with it to your heart's content. Walter will be happy to set you up with that. That's what I have at the moment for the live demo. I'm going to go back to the slides.
Thanks, Bob. Yeah, so in conclusion, SCADA-Aware Mobile benefits customers by providing secure, real-time, reliable mobile notifications and information sharing. Now I'm going to, it's a nice little quote we've thrown in here, and it's really true. We solve the main problem in communication, which is the illusion that has been achieved. Okay. I'll turn it back over to Katie and see if we have any questions. And as you see, there's the contact information for InSource as well.
Great. Thanks, Walter. Thanks, Bob. I'm going to unmute the lines here. We did have one question come through. What is the licensing for this? How is that structured?
Well, we license it for the servers, like I mentioned earlier. There's an event server, there's proxy server, there's backup servers, redundancy coverage. The way the licensing works within the network depends on the setup, and then we sell the bundled versions of I mentioned earlier, the CAL, so the Client Access License. You can buy it and you get a discount, $5, $10, $25, $50, 100, it goes up from there. It's relatively an inexpensive license, in my opinion, but it really depends on the network and how many users you're going to have.
Let me clarify real briefly. That's the number of simultaneous users. You can be licensed for 10 users and have 20 people in the configured list of users. 10 of them can log in at once under the license.
Okay. Well, I would like to thank Walter and Bob for their time today. If you do have any questions or would like more information or maybe would like to discuss in further detail SCADA-Aware Mobile, please feel free to contact InSource. Our information is on the screen. And I'd like to thank you all for attending today.